One word to describe competing for SFU is tradition.
My word is success.
Determination.
Experience.
Inspiring.
One word to describe competing for SFU is excellence.
It is family.
Passion.
My word is pride.
Opportunity.
My word is patriotic.
I am Sophie Swan.
I am Adam Jones.
I am Peyton Smith.
I am Justin Guerin.
I am Victoria Saunders.
I am Braden Charlton.
I am Michaela Guerrero.
I am Graham Miller.
I am Christine Howlett.
I am Adrian Vanderhelm.
I am Michelle Waters, and we are proud to be on Canada's NCAA team.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV. I'm Steve Frost, sitting in for Howard Samura from varsityletters.ca for tonight's game. Howard down at the BC High School Football Championships all day long, down at BC Place. Despite a strong first half against the 13th ranked Western Oregon Wolves on Thursday night, the SFU Clan could not get the W in front of their home fans to open the GNAC schedule. The team will have an opportunity to earn a weekend split tonight against the visiting Concordia Cavaliers. We will have more on the visitors from Portland in just a moment, but first, here's a quick recap of what happened against the Wolves. 2 nights ago, Simon Fraser fell 96-71 to Western Oregon in front of a packed West Gym on Tukes and Hoops night. Although the Clan only trailed the Wolves 50-45 at the half, the visitors outscored SFU 46-26 in the second half to earn the decisive victory. Western Oregon took advantage of SFU turnovers, scoring 26 points off those turnovers compared to the Clan's 9 points. The Wolves also outscored the Clan 26-8 in second chance points and 44-17 in bench points. SFU senior Kadar Salam had yet another strong performance, scoring 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting, including 3 of 4 from three-pointers. He also had 4 rebounds, a block, and 2 steals in 28 minutes of action. And he was on fire in the first half, starting the game 6 for 6 from the field, including 3 for 3 on three-pointers. Now, JJ Pankratz, the senior forward, contributed 14 points, 4 boards, and 3 blocks, while Mike Provenzano, the sophomore point guard, scored 10 points and had a team-high 5 rebounds. With the loss, the Clan drops to 4-3 overall this season and 0-1 in GNAC action. Simon Fraser actually won their first 4 games of the season. The team will look to get back on the winning track tonight against the Cavaliers, led by head coach Brad Barbaric. Now on Thursday night, if we spend a little time talking about the Cavaliers, they were at Western Washington in Bellingham and lost 99-72 to the Vikings. They were led by senior Chris Edward, who had 21 points. He was 7 of 14 from the field and connected on 7 of his 9 attempts from the line in 25 minutes of action. Also for the Wolves, Jarrett Gray added 11 points and 4 assists for Concordia, while Brian Michaels and Daniel Thiessen each scored 10 points. With the loss, the Cavaliers fell to 4-4 overall and 0-1 in conference play. Now, what's jumped out at me about Concordia in the pregame review of the information and statistics is they are 0-3 on the road so far this season. In 2 meetings against SFU last year, Concordia went 2-0, and the Cavaliers handed SFU a 97-70 loss down in Portland in early January. And then SFU lost 74-73 here in the West Gym on February 9th. And in that game, there was a 4-point play in the last seconds of the game as Wolves stole the victory from Simon Fraser. So that's it for us on the pregame show. We'll have the anthems and player introductions for you right now, so stay with us. You're watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV. So there you have the starting lineups. Welcome back to SFU men's basketball on Clan TV. Today's game is live streamed on YouTube, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/live. Just to recap the starting lineups for both teams. First for the Concordia, number 3, Jace Cates is at guard. He's joined in the backcourt by number 5, Cody Starr, a 6-foot guard. Up front, they have, also their point guard, 6'3", Jarrett Gray, number 10. 22 is a 6'7" senior, Chris Edwards, as Concordia drives and gets the ball first off the tip. And that was number 22, Edward, who we just talked about. Their other starter, number 24, Taylor Harris. He's a 6'4" senior. For Simon Fraser, the point guard, Mike Provenzano. He gives to Kadar Salam for the long 3 and misses. Salam, of course, number 11. He's a senior. He is the Clan's leading scorer so far this season. Of course, he's averaging 16 points per game and shooting 52% from threes. Also starting for Simon Fraser, we have the senior J.J. Pankratz from Abbotsford. We've got the junior Tyrell Lewin and Isaiah Sherman Newsom, number 14 for Simon Fraser. He's also a senior. Pankratz out on the perimeter to Provenzano, drives into the paint, gives it to Lewin. He puts one off the glass and that misses, and back comes Concordia after Harris pulled down that rebound. There's Harris with the ball along the outside to number 3, Cates. Gray being guarded by Salam. Back out to Starr now. And around the outside, some great defense there, man-to-man defense by Simon Fraser, and that pass goes out of bounds, and Simon Fraser will take over. Starr is going to come and guard Provenzano full court. Isaiah gets the ball to Mike, and here come the Clan. Provenzano drives paint, puts up a right-hander, misses. Rebound comes down by Edward, and back come the Cavaliers. Concordia 4-4 to start the season, 0-1 in conference play. Simon Fraser 4-3, and also 0-1 after a loss to Western Oregon in the home opener on Thursday night. Starr guarded by Provenzano. There's Lewin on the hedge. They come through with a pass inside to Edward, and Lewin came across, and he will be charged with the personal foul, and Edward will go to the line. Now Chris Edward is averaging 16.8 points per game for the Cavaliers, and he is shooting just 47% from the free throw line. Here comes his second attempt. It's up and it is good. And so a 6-0 start here for Concordia. Not what Simon Fraser had hoped for, as they're trying to get in the rhythm of their offense. A lot of drives. There's a pull-up jumper, misses by Sherman Newsom. And Starr bringing it, drives into the paint. Looked to put up a shot and found Edward underneath. He misses, and Pankratz comes down with it. And Simon Fraser quickly back up the court. Provenzano into the paint, drives, puts up a little underhand right-hander, and that finds 2 points. The first of the game for Simon Fraser. 6-2 is your score. Starr being guarded by Salam. He drives, stolen by Provenzano, given to Kadar, and he comes, little Euro step in mid-court, and then they drive into the paint, and he's called on the travel. So 4 players averaging double figures for Concordia. Number 10, Gray, Edward, who we talked about, Cody Starr, he's averaging 10 points, and also Brian Michaels averaging 10.5. There's a turnover into the paint. Pankratz comes up with it, and back comes Provenzano. Provenzano being guarded by Starr. So we're seeing a little switch on the defensive end as Salam will guard Starr when Concordia is on offense. Simon Fraser Lewin pulls down the rebound, goes back up with it, and he earned that 2 points. A great offensive board, and then he pivoted out of trouble and got the shot off the glass. There's Kadar Salam guarding Starr. There's a switch now, and Pankratz has him. Inside to Edward. His shot makes off the glass. And it's now 8-4 for Concordia as we go to our first timeout of the game. You are watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV, and we will be back right after this.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is passion. Because to accomplish anything, you have to work for it. You need to love to work for it. My passion for basketball drives me to dedicate everything I have to it, day in and day out. I am Graham Miller, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA men's basketball team.
Welcome back to the West Gym atop Burnaby Mountain. Simon Fraser University hosting Concordia Cavaliers. Game number 2 in the GNAC schedule for both teams. Both teams 0-1 to start the season. Provenzano finds Shermanuson in the paint, low down. He's stripped of the ball by Starr, and quickly back come the Cavaliers, and that pass just out of the reach of Jared Gray. Simon Fraser is 2 for 7 so far in this game. The baskets by Lewin and Provenzano, who has the ball now to Pankratz. He can shoot and hit from 3-point range, but he backs in, back to the basket, puts up shot over number 24, Taylor Harris. I should mention that Othniel Spence has checked in for Simon Fraser. He is guarding Starr. Kadar Salam is on the bench. Along the outside, Gray gives the ball to Cates, who puts it back to Harris, and his 3-pointer misses. Simon Fraser comes back with it. Shermanuson to Pankratz in the corner. Drives into the paint, changes direction, misses. Rebound tipped by Lewin to Pankratz. He puts up a right-handed floater, kind of a hook shot, and we suddenly have an 8-8 score here. This game is all tied up. Spence now guarding Starr. There's a long 3, rebound by Pankratz. He'll bring the ball up the floor. Finds Provenzano. He'll drive into the paint, stripped of the ball again by Starr. And a scramble on, and we have a loose ball foul. So 8-8 the score with 14:15 to go in the first half. Starr has come out of the game now. 42. Daniel Thiessen has come in. He's a 6'9" junior. He transferred from Clackamas Community College. There's a long alley-oop pass to Pankratz. And it looks like he was pushed out of bounds on that play. Foul. To 34. DeAndre Stallings, who also checked into the game. Simon Fraser with ball. Spence, three-pointer, misses long. And here comes Concordia now. Gray leading the charge, gives it to Harris, who drives, and he's fouled. A blocking foul by Othniel Spence, that's his first. So we have another score to pass along to you in the women's basketball game. Simon Fraser is trailing Montana State University Billings down in Montana 50-47 as the three-pointer from Harris is good. Harris is a 28% three-point shooter. Scramble underneath. And they're going to call jump ball, and the possession arrow is in favor of Simon Fraser. So the women's basketball game, that score is at the end of 3 quarters. Simon Fraser trailing now 51-47. Inbounds pass from Provenzano to Pankratz. He'll put that up. He's unguarded and hits it. That was a long three, but if you're going to leave him wide open, JJ Pankratz will take that shot. He is shooting 33% from three-point range. Kadar Salam is now into the game as well. And Tyrell Lewin has left the game. Kenneth Gray puts up a shot. He makes it. He's their leading scorer for the Cavaliers, averaging almost 19 points a game. 13-11 now. The Cavaliers out in front. Provenzano drives into the heart of the defense, gives it to Pankratz. He puts one up in the paint, and Simon Fraser and the Cavaliers are going toe-to-toe on the early going. There's a pull-up jumper, missed by Taylor Harris, and Provenzano comes down with it. He led Simon Fraser with 5 rebounds in the Thursday night loss to Western Oregon. Pankratz fakes on the three-pointer, drives, left-handed underhand layup, and that is good, and Simon Fraser now has the lead for the first time in the game, 15-13. Gray being guarded by Salam. Around the outside. Number 3 is Jace Cates. He finds Harris on the outside, being guarded by Spence. Now they go inside with Sherman Newsom guarding Daniel Thiessen, and he strips him of the ball. We take a look at the replay. That's Provenzano finding Spence to Pankratz, who drives, and the underhand left-hand layup by Pankratz. So Starr is going to pick up Provenzano in the backcourt, and he's going to stick with him. Now handoff to Pankratz. He finds Salam on the outside. He drives into the paint, puts up a right-hander that misses off the glass, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Christopher Edward. A long pass to Starr. He puts up a 3, misses. Pankratz with the board. So Simon Fraser is getting on the boards early in this game. Provenzano, spin move, right-hander, and he's called on the travel. We're going to see some new players into the game for Simon Fraser. Number 5, checking in is Jordan Muir-Keong. As we have a timeout on the floor, and we can see the dance team starting to perform. We will also take a break. You are looking at the SFU Clan men's basketball team from the West Gym on Clan TV.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is pride, because every year my teammates and I push each other to do more than the year before. The amount of dedication and energy we have invested has propelled us to become a rising force in the NCAA. I am Michelle Waters, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA women's golf team.
Welcome back to SFU men's basketball from the West Gym. Simon Fraser out in front of the Concordia Cavaliers 15-13. JJ Pankratz with 11 points for Simon Fraser on 5 of 6 shooting. Simon Fraser is hitting at almost 45% from the field in the first half after starting the game down 6-0. Rebound by Pankratz there, and he's been all over the boards. Simon Fraser out rebounding the Cavaliers 10-6 so far in this game. Spence with the ball, finds Sherman Newson. Around the outside for Simon Fraser. Muir Keung, number 5, has the ball. He's a transfer student, Simon Fraser, in his first season. Sherman Newson into the paint, jumps, puts it up, misses, and coming down with it is Cody Starr. 3-point shot now by Brian Michaels. Miss. And Simon Fraser will have a chance here on offense. Salam finds Sherman Newson inside, and he is fouled by number 5, Cody Starr. Let's take a look at the replay on this. So there he goes. You saw even number 14 could have been called on a foul, I think there, a body foul, but they gave it to Starr, and Sherman Newson hits the first of his free throws. He's a 66% free throw shooter for Simon Fraser. He misses the second one. Pankratz went after it and almost was able to get that one loose. So Starr, number 5, the leader for the Cavaliers. He will set things up. 22 is Edward. Starr inside Edward, being guarded by Sherman Newson. Puts up a right-handed hook over Sherman Newson. And they're going to call the basket. That was good. Count it. And looks like he will go to the line. Well, it looks like they're going to count the hoop. I'm confused. Right now the score, they are counting the hoop, so the score is 16-15. There was no foul. Simon Fraser now has the ball. And checking into the game for Simon Fraser is Matthew O'Brien. He is out of Clackamas High School. He's in his first season with Simon Fraser. He's number 10 in the paint. Muir Keung on the outside to Spence. He puts up a shot, misses. O'Brien chases down the rebound. And Simon Fraser with a 1-point lead, and we're under 10 minutes left in the first half. Muir Keung to Sherman Newson. He puts it up. Nothing but net for that three-pointer. Again, if you're just joining us, Simon Fraser trailed 6-0 in this game as a floater goes up from Starr to keep the Cavaliers within 2, 19-17. Muir Keung bringing the ball up court to Sherman Newson as O'Brien's in the paint. Kadar Salam will put that one up, misses short off the rim, and Starr grabs the rebound, and quickly back come the Cavaliers. Getting a high screen and goes inside, but that shot by Brian Michaels is blocked by Sherman Newson. Checking in for the Cavaliers is Jace Cates, who started this game. He's a 6'3" guard, a junior from Oregon. The Cavaliers have players from Washington, Oregon, California, dotting their roster. Foul is going to go against Matthew O'Brien, the 6'9" forward, the freshman for Simon Fraser. He was injured throughout most of training camp, so he got a late start, and he is working his way into action for Simon Fraser, averaging about 12 minutes per game. Edward is at the line, the 6'7" senior, and he makes that second shot. So a 1-point game, 19-18. Sherman Newsom now at the top. Kamir Keong, he puts up the three, misses. High rebound, comes down into Cody Starr's hand, and here he comes all the way through the paint, misses. A wild kind of hook shot, and back come the Clan. Salam into the paint. Outside, Mir Keong drives paint, puts up a right-handed floater, misses, grabs his own rebound, and it goes out of bounds, and it looks like it goes off the leg of DeAndre Stallings. So Simon Fraser will retain possession. They'll throw it outside to Spence, and he will set up things on offense for Simon Fraser. Now Sherman Newsom, he's got O'Brien inside, nope. They're gonna go on the outside and look inside now, nope. Salam in the corner, back around the perimeter. Spence puts up a three, far rim and misses, rebound, comes down in the hands off a bounce to Edward. Starr in control. Cates back to Starr, being guarded by Spence. Number 11 is Brian Michaels, back out to Starr. Stallings now around the horns to Cates. And he was blocked as he went baseline. And the foul is going to be charged against Simon Fraser's Kadar Salam. Charter Bus Lines, the official motor coach of SFU Athletics, is proud to support SFU football and all Clan teams. Charter is dedicated to providing safe and comfortable transportation to your games throughout the Pacific Northwest. Visit them at charterbuslines.com. The SFU Spirit Shop has SFU branded clothing and merchandise and is proud to support SFU Athletics. It is located at the Burnaby campus in the Maggie Benson Center. Pick up your SFU Athletics swag today. And last Thursday, 2 days ago, the SFU Spirit Shop presented Toots and Hoops on the Hill. We had almost 800 fans at that game, and they were thoroughly entertained by the action on the floor and by the MEI Screaming Eagles marching band. McFog the Dog joined us. We also had the SFU dance team in the house, so quite an entertaining contest. Fans were in the stands, and they were also in the Red Zone 19+ section presented by Yellow Dog Craft Brewery. So with 4.5 minutes to go in the women's basketball game down in Montana State University Billings, the Clan is trailing 60-54. Back to live action here in the West Gym in the men's game. Simon Fraser out in front, 19-18. It has been a back and forth contest for much of the first half. Mir Keong with a steal there. The Cavaliers led 6-0 to start the game, but then it's been back and forth ever since. A low-scoring contest compared to the game we saw on Thursday night. A little spin move by Sherman Newsom. Gets into the paint and he puts up that right-handed hook shot, and we see that quite often from him. He likes to get into paint, and he likes to try and draw contact when he does. Cates to Starr, being guarded by Spence. That's the matchup we've seen for most of the evening. They started, the Clan did, with Kadar Salam guarding Starr, but now they've switched up to Spence. Mike Provenzano started the game, but we haven't seen much of him in the latter stages of the game as Mir Keong hits a three-pointer to put Simon Fraser up 24-18. That's their largest lead of this game. Stallings on the outside. There goes the three-pointer miss as DeAndre Stallings was long on that, and Mir Keong comes back. There's a shot by Matthew O'Brien. as a timeout is called on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout charge to Simon Fraser with 6 minutes to go. So far in this game, 26-18 is the score for Simon Fraser. Let's run down some of the top scores for the Clan. Muir Keong with the three-pointer we saw right there. Sherman Newsom has 8 points. JJ Pankratz has 11 for Simon Fraser. For Concordia, Edward is leading them with 11 points. Jarrett Gray has 3, and Thiessen and Cody Starr with 2 apiece. Starr with the ball being double teamed as Provenzano checks back into this game. Here comes the Cavaliers into the heart of the paint was Jarrett Gray, the junior, the 6'3" junior from Valley Catholic High School in Beaverton, Oregon. Simon Fraser, Sherman Newson, three-pointer. Front of the rim, misses. Rebound is Stallings. Back comes Starr now with the ball. He's being guarded by Provenzano. Starr goes right by him on a little shake, gives it to the three-pointer in the corner, and that's Jarrett Gray nailing it. And the Cavaliers are right back in this game. Kadar Salam now will bring the ball up the court, finds Provenzano to set up the offense. Provenzano fakes the handoff to Pankratz, gets into the paint, a little hook pass to Sherman Newson. He's in the paint where he likes to be, trying to put one up, and he does in a crowd. No foul called on that contact, but he makes the basket. Here's a three-pointer now, missed by Taylor Harris. Simon Fraser with a 5-point lead with 5 minutes to play in the first half. Provenzano will set things up, Simon Fraser taking their time. Salam along the outside. He led the Clan with 20 points. On Thursday, he's still looking for his first basket. Sherman Newson traveled with the ball. He was looking for Salam on the outside in the perimeter, but he turns the ball over. So 34, DeAndre Stallings will sit down on that whistle. And number 10 is Jarrett Gray. 22 is Edward. Gray drives, puts up a right-hander, misses. Pankratz with the board to Provenzano, being guarded by Starr. He hands the ball to Pankratz, fake the three into the paint, spin move, hands it off to Kadar Salam underneath. It goes off his hands and out of bounds. And Tyrell Lewin will check in for Simon Fraser. He started this game, and he is going to replace Sherman Newson. And also coming in for Simon Fraser. Well, that's it for now. The Star comes back, gives it to Cates. 24 is Harris. On the outside is Gray. Harris to Starr, being guarded by Muir Keong. And he went left, and Muir Keong fouled him. And it looks like number 13, Bogani Moyo, is checking in for Simon Fraser, but we have a timeout on the floor as the SFU dance team makes its way onto the court. The score is 28-23 for Simon Fraser leading Concordia. We'll be back with Clan TV right after this.
When I first came to SFU, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted. When I got into my second semester, I suddenly wasn't so sure what I wanted to do anymore. So I started to explore a little bit. Archaeology, communications, history, even kinesiology. And then I decided to go on exchange to France for a year. I was an orientation leader for a year, became a community advisor in residence, helped start a choir, I even took a rowing course. After SFU, I have lots of possibilities of what I could do, but whatever I do, I know I'll be ready for it.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is tradition, because year after year, players old and new step onto the court with a unified goal to strive to be the best. It is the belief that maintaining a winning tradition is a competitive battle worth fighting for. I am Sophie Swant, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA women's basketball team.
We are back in the West Gym, live action from the men's basketball game. Simon Fraser out in front of Concordia Cavaliers, 28-23. We have a score from the women's basketball game down in Montana. MSUB now out in front of Simon Fraser, 65-58, with 1:17 to go in that game. The three-pointer by Concordia is good. Provenzano now with the ball. Finds Lewin to Salam. Into the paint, stutter step. Gives it back out to Provenzano with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Salam on the perimeter, puts up a shot just inside the three-point line. Misses, rebound gets knocked around before, looks like that was Edward who came up with it. There's a three-pointer, goes up, and that's good. As Jarrett Gray now has 11 points for Concordia. He leads them in scoring. Edward and Jarrett Gray with 11 points each. Simon Fraser has been led so far by J.J. Pankratz. He's got 11 points and 7 rebounds so far in this game. Also into double figures for Simon Fraser scoring-wise is Sherman Newsom. Simon Fraser out-rebounding Concordia 17-13 in this game, and the big stat is 6 offensive boards for Simon Fraser. Ball's tossed out to Bongani Moyo in a scramble. Both players went for it, and they're going to call jump ball. So we look at the replay there, the scramble. Moyo grabbed it, and Cates was all over him. No foul on the call. They're calling jump ball. And so Simon Fraser now down by 1 after 2 consecutive three-pointers by Concordia. They're trailing 29-28, under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Starr being guarded by Provenzano, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Starr as they're saying he hooked Provenzano. As we take a look at the replay, as he's being guarded on the outside, Provenzano chasing him around. There's the ball. He tries to go by him. There's the hook around the shoulder and the elbow. Goes up into the head, and that's a foul at whatever level you're playing. So Provenzano, he's complaining that Starr is holding him when he's checking him, and he's talking, and Starr strips the ball from Provenzano. He knocks it into a loose ball area, and Cates went for it, but he knocked it out of bounds when he grabbed it. So Simon Fraser will retain possession, but Provenzano is having all kinds of problems when he's guarded by Starr. And now Simon Fraser coach Steve Hansen out of the chair, and he's talking to the officials as well. He doesn't like what he sees when Starr's guarding Provenzano, but let me tell you, Provenzano is a competitive kid, and he will not take that. He's going to come right back at him. Number 10. Gray gives it to Starr. Closing in on 2 minutes to play in the first half. Gray back to Starr, drives into the paint, and that ball goes off Lewin. He came over to meet the defensive side in the paint, and Starr, when it put it off Lewin's arm and out of bounds. So 12 seconds on the shot clock, 2:05 to play in the first half. We have a 1-point game. We've got a foul underneath on Simon Fraser's Kadar Salam, the senior, the captain. He was called for a foul there. As the inbounds pass comes around the outs, now inside, and stolen by J.J. Pankratz. What a game he's having for Simon Fraser, leading them in rebounds and scoring. That was his first steal of the game. Sherman Newsom in the paint, turns, puts up a jumper, misses, rebound. It's knocked around before it comes down in the hands of Gray. To Starr, drives against Sherman Newsom, misses, rebound Sherman Newsom. He is also playing well for Simon Fraser. Provenzano drives, hand off to Pankratz, long three, and that's good. J.J. Pankratz for Simon Fraser. Now with 14 points in the game and gives the Clan the lead. Minute 18 to play in the first half. Cates being guarded by Sherman Newson. Around the outside, Starr inside to Chris Edward, who is guarded by Lewin, and there's foul underneath. Lewin being charged with that one. That's number 2 on Lewin. Edward will go to the line. We talked about his three-point shooting earlier in the game. He makes his first shot. 47% free throw shooter. He has a chance to tie the score right here with 1:09 to go, and he does. 31-31 now the score. Provenzano. Simon Fraser with the ball on the outside, 17 seconds on the shot clock. Kadar Salam with his first points of the game gives Simon Fraser the lead. Cates, long pass, cross court to Gray on the sideline, back to Starr. 22 seconds on the shot clock, being guarded by Provenzano. The Cavaliers will reset. Edward being guarded by Lewin, handoff. There's the three-point shot attempt, and it's good by Taylor Harris. Under 30 seconds to play. The shot clock and the game clock are nearly identical, so 20 seconds to go, and Simon Fraser will run it down for last shot, one last possession. The Clan trailing 34-33. Salam on a high screen from Edward. Back in the corner to Provenzano. He drives into the paint, misses. Oh, and a put-back tip in by Tyrell Lewin, I believe, or was that Sherman Newson? Regardless, Simon Fraser has the lead, 35-34. We will take a break. Simon Fraser out in front, 35-34 here in the West Gym. Simon Fraser versus the Concordia Cavaliers. We'll be back after this.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is passion. Because to accomplish anything, you have to work for it. You need to love to work for it. My passion for basketball drives me to dedicate everything I have to it, day in and day out. I am Graham Miller, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA men's basketball team.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Hi, I'm Tessa May. I'm Kat Dalgay. I'm Angelica Kilberg, and we're on the women's volleyball team. Today, we're going to be teaching 2 men's wrestlers and 2 women's golfers how to play volleyball.
How I think I'm gonna do? Probably really bad, because I've never played volleyball. But Tyler's gonna do pretty good.
No, we're gonna kill it.
I think Laura's gonna do great today.
I think our golf's going to do pretty bad. Golf is very different from volleyball.
Yep.
Okay, toss.
This could take a while. Summoning some wrestling power here.
Oh.
Oh. Nope.
Oh, yes.
That's it. Oh, come on. Be the ball. No, move into it. Yeah.
Put all of your muscles into it.
I don't got very many.
Yes. Oh.
Oops. Come on, run faster. No!
Oh. Wow, this ball is light.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah! In!
Oh no!
Getting there, getting there. Okay, wait, I'm gonna get one over. Okay. This is the one, I feel it.
Yeah!
High five.
We're going to move on to some defense now. The most important thing about defense is effort. Just run for anything, go for everything. Face Tessa. Yeah, there you go.
I don't have knee pads. Oh.
Oh, that's our side, your side.
Whoops, sorry.
Oh no, I'm not getting that.
Oh. Oh yeah. The jump and bump, love it. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, he's on my side.
Oh.
Oh.
That's great.
All right, no, I'm done.
So much more cardio than golf.
Then 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
No.
Nope. Boom. Boom.
Yes. Oh. I'm so sorry.
Whoops. Oh. Sorry.
So like right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, one more.
Okay.
All right, I'm out.
Oh, that was really high. Oh no.
Nice.
I'm out of breath.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh. Tie game. All right, let's go team. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. All right, that's good. Good game. Good game. Good game.
So everyone's serving looked really good. I thought digging to start off with was pretty rough. But you know what, our effort was there. We went for every ball mostly. And I think Morgan gets number 1 for digging. Their swinging was actually a lot better than I thought. They picked up the footwork really easily. Couple goofy footers, but it's pretty good.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for watching.
SFU 1, 2, 1, 2. SFU.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is tradition. Because year after year, players old and new step onto the court with a unified goal to strive to be the best. It is the belief that maintaining a winning tradition is a competitive battle worth fighting for. I am Sophie Swant, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA women's basketball team. To me, one word to describe competing for SFU is determination, because I am surrounded by teammates who face adversity but persevere to achieve success. That persistence motivates and drives me to better myself on and off the mat.
I am Peyton Smith, and I am proud to be on the SFU women's wrestling team.
Mental illness is something anyone can suffer from.
It isn't a choice or a weakness, and you can't just snap out of it.
But with support, we can make each other better.
Check in and care for your friends, teammates, or colleagues, and be a good listener for them.
Ask them how they are doing and if you can do anything to help.
It begins the crucial first step of decreasing the stigma so that we can open up a conversation.
Educate yourself about mental health
and help break down the myths and stereotypes.
Together, we can shape the dialogue about mental health within our community.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is pride, because every year my teammates and I push each other to do more than the year before. The amount of dedication and energy we have invested has propelled us to become a rising force in the NCAA. I am Michelle Waters, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA women's golf team.
It was the Hamilton Ticats. There was Kahari Jones, Baron Miles. Leading the Concordia Cavaliers 35-34 at the half. Before we take a look at the stats, we're going to pass along another out-of-town score. As the SFU women's game is over, Simon Fraser lost 70-61 to Montana State University Billings down in Montana. Taking a look at the halftime stats of this game, Simon Fraser trailed 6-0 early in the contest, and they grabbed an 8-point lead with about 6 minutes to play in the first half. That was their largest lead of the game. Now they're up by 1, 35-34. The high scorers for Simon Fraser are JJ Pankratz. He's having a whale of a game with 14 points on 6 of 7 shooting, 2 for 2 from 3. And he's got 7 rebounds. 17 minutes of action. He has been outstanding for Simon Fraser. Also scoring in double figures is Isaiah Sherman Newsom, the other senior. He is 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 on threes, and he has grabbed 2 rebounds. And he had that great tip in the last seconds of the first half to give Simon Fraser the 1-point lead. Those are the only 2 scores for Simon Fraser in double figures. Nobody else in the game has more than 3 points. Simon Fraser out-rebounding Concordia 19-16. And the big stat is on the offensive boards, where Simon Fraser has 7 offensive rebounds compared to 1 for Concordia. Now, Concordia has had 8 turnovers in this game, and that has given Simon Fraser more opportunities from the field and more possessions for Simon Fraser. Simon Fraser has been shooting 44% from the field in the first half, 15 of 34. They are 4 of 10 on 3-point shots. And we are going to be joined now by Brett McDonald from the SFU Clan coaching staff. Brett, thanks very much for joining us here at halftime. Can you give me your thoughts on the first half?
I thought it was a decent offensive first half. I think defensively we could do a job on a couple more guys. Just focus and listening to scout. You know, a couple guys hit shots that we focused on in scout that they're going to shoot, and they hit them. I think we got to do a better job on the glass. Edwards is a beast for them, so we got to box them out. And yeah, I think we just got to match their intensity for the second half.
Now, you've got 2 players scoring in double figures for you. That is not enough to get it done here in the second half. What did you say to the team at halftime to get the rest of the guys involved?
Oh, I just said, you know what? We just got to keep we got to keep pushing the ball. Transition right now, we're scoring, and any guy can do it. Right now, they're taking us off out of a little bit of a rhythm with those 2 guys. They're looking to deny them a bit, so other guys got to step up. We got to spread the floor. We want other guys to want the basketball in these situations, and for them to be a focus for us to score, because then it will open it up more for guys like JJ, Kadar, and Zay, who are going to be getting denied a little bit the second half.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Brett, for your time.
Great,
good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
There you have it. Brett McDonald from the SFU Clan coaching staff. As we take a look at the high scorers for Concordia, as Brett mentioned, Chris Edward with 13 points and 7 rebounds. He was leading the Cavaliers. Also reaching double figures is Jarrett Gray with 11 points. He was 3 of 3 on 3-pointers. Now, Concordia also shot 44% from the field. They had 7 fewer shots than Simon Fraser. They were 12 of 27, 5 of 12 on 3-pointers. And I guess I mentioned 8 turnovers for the Cavaliers in that first half. So Simon Fraser is leading by 1 as we get set to start the second half. Looks like we have the same starters for Simon Fraser, who started the game, and also for Concordia. Here they come. Starr matching Provenzano, and he's given Provenzano trouble all night. Pankratz drives into the paint, spin move, goes to his right, stripped of the ball by Harris, back to Pankratz. He puts up a little floater, turnaround, misses, and coming down with the ball is Chris Edward, rebound number 8 for him, on his way to a double-double. Starr, now along the outside, back to Starr, goes inside to Gray, intercepted by Lewin. Back comes Provenzano, sprinting down the court as Lewin. He's posting up in the paint. JJ couldn't get him the ball, and they reset the offense at the top. Provenzano to Pankratz. Gives it to Isaiah Sherman-Newsome. Spin, back to the basket, back to Provenzano. Shoots into the paint, puts up a little right-hander off the glass, misses, and the rebound gets knocked into the hands of Starr by Edwards. Cates, number 3, back to Starr. Into the corner, Cates drives baseline, puts up a right-hander, and he gives Concordia the lead. 36-35. The score, Simon Fraser turns the ball over, not what you want. You want to be able to answer back, but the Clan turn it over there, and they're giving possession right back to Concordia. Gray setting up the offense, goes to his left, finds Starr being guarded by Kadar Salam, And that's the matchup we had early in the game for Simon Fraser. Cates gives it to Edwards inside. He finds a wide open Taylor Harris. So Concordia now out in front 38-35. Salam outside to Pankratz, front of the rim. Sherman Newsom with the rebound, out to Provenzano, to Salam. Pankratz drives baseline, and he's fouled there by Jared Gray. That's the first personal foul for Gray. Simon Fraser now, Pankratz at the top to Salam. He thought about a three-pointer. He is a good three-point shooter, shooting over 50% for Simon Fraser. Now Pankratz having a great game, drives, goes up, left-hander as he took on Taylor Harris and drove right at him. 38-37 now the score. Star. Concordia. Chris Edward misses. Lewin rebound. Provenzano with the ball. Simon Fraser coach Steve Hansen calling Omaha, one of the plays they like to run. Salam drives into the paint, stripped of the ball by, looks like Cates and Lewin down on the paint. Edwards as well. Excuse me, Chris Edward. No S on that name. And it looks like it's going to be Concordia ball thanks to the possession arrow. So Simon Fraser's offense a little bit disjointed now to start the first half. Brett McDonald said they wanted to get more players involved. There were some things they wanted to do to start the second half, and we'll see if the team can start executing. Edward being guarded by Lewin on the outside. So we have a foul away from the play as both Kadar Salam and Cates ended up on the floor. The officials are discussing it. And it looks like the foul is going against Simon Fraser's Kadar Salam. They're calling a push, a loose ball foul. Kadar cannot believe it that he's getting charged. So that is 3 for Salam, the Clan's leading scorer, and he's going to take a seat on the bench with 3 fouls. Checking in is Spence for Simon Fraser. He will switch on the matchup there, and he is now guarding Gray. Ball goes into Star, and there's a turnover there for Concordia. When Star was being guarded on the switch by J.J. Pankratz. So there we see the foul called on Star. Now Mike Provenzano and coach Steve Hansen for Simon Fraser both spoke to the officials during the first half. They are saying that Star is clutching and grabbing, to borrow a hockey phrase. Mike Provenzano, he's been grabbed, he's been armbarred constantly by Star, and that time the officials called it when Star grabbed his waist. Simon Fraser now, they have some life. Pankratz scores, and Simon Fraser now has the 1-point lead, 39-38. Edward with the ball on the outside as they set up the offense. Into the game is Brian Michaels. He takes the shot, that's number 11, and Lewin comes down with the rebound and quickly up the court. Isaiah Sherman Newsom with a Euro step, drives, goes up with his left hand, makes it, and guess what? He's going to go to the line to make this a 3-point play. Let's take a look at the replay there. As you saw the little Euro step by Sherman Newsom, puts it off the glass, and he drew the foul and goes to the line. Sherman Newsom with 12 points in the first half, one of 2 players for Simon Fraser in double figures. Four-point cushion now for the Clan. 24 with the ball is Harris, being guarded by Pankratz. That's a matchup Simon Fraser will take. Edward on Lewin, double teamed by Mike Provenzano, and Provenzano is going to be called with a foul. And we heard Brett McDonald, Simon Fraser assistant coach, mention that in the interview to start the second half, as they wanted to keep their eye, as we look at the replay, on Edward as he drives baseline, guarded by Lewin, and Provenzano came with the help, but he was called for the fouls. He got arm on that ball when he went to strip him of it. There's a shot, a high arcing shot, misses, and Gray, loose ball. No, Gray doesn't come up with it. Yes, he does. Two players grabbing it, Lewin and Gray. Sorry, excuse me, Lewin and Michaels. It was Gray who took the shot. And the possession arrow is in favor of Simon Fraser. Well, we have a timeout on the court. Simon Fraser out in front of the Concordia Cavaliers, 42-38, here with 15:57 to go in the second half. You're watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV.
To me, one word to describe competing for SFU is determination, because I am surrounded by teammates who face adversity but persevere to achieve success. That persistence motivates and drives me to better myself on and off the mat. I am Peyton Smith, and I am proud to be on the SFU women's wrestling team.
We're back with live action here on Clan TV. Simon Fraser University against Concordia Cavaliers. Both teams 0-1 to start the Great Northwest Athletic Conference schedule. Simon Fraser with a 4-3 overall record, and the Cavaliers are 4-4. Concordia 0-3 on the road. The big story in this game for Simon Fraser is JJ Pankratz and Isaiah Sherman Newsom, both leading the Clan in scoring. Pankratz with 18, Sherman Newsom with 15. Pankratz, again, he hits. He is 9 of 12 from the field. Simon Fraser outscoring Concordia in the paint, 28-16. The Clan have also grabbed 7 more offensive boards than Concordia, so they've taken 8 additional shots. On the outside, number 24, down over to 10 is Gray. They go to inside now, Stallings. That's who they're looking for. That's their leader, as he is fouled by Lewin underneath. Excuse me, 22 is Chris Edward, now with 13 points in this game. He's also got 9 boards. The other scorer in double figures for Concordia, as Edward misses that shot, is Jarrett Gray. He's number 10. He's got 11 points. He's 3 for 3 from three-point line. So checking into the game for Simon Fraser in place of Lewin is Matt O'Brien. As Edward makes the second free throw, Provenzano with the ball. He's being guarded by Gray. Number 3 is Cates. He was guarding Pankratz. Turnover there on the inbound, on the pass to O'Brien, is driving inside and missing by the Cavaliers. Second chance opportunity went to Edward. He missed when he was guarded by O'Brien, and Simon Fraser will have the ball. 5-point lead for Simon Fraser here in the second half. Othniel Spence also on the floor for Simon Fraser, with Sherman Newsom Pankratz, O'Brien, the freshman for Morgan, and Provenzano. Pankratz, three-pointer short, well short, and Edward comes down with his 10th rebound of the game. He now has a double-double. Number 24 is Harris. Jarrett Gray now with the ball. Edward being guarded by O'Brien. Around the corner, outside, driving. Cates misses. Spence, rebound. He got way up there to grab that, and the Clan comes quickly down the court. Spence, three-pointer off the dish from Provenzano, and the high rebound off the miss goes over the backboard, and it'll be Concordia ball. Simon Fraser coach Steve Hansen calls a 30-second timeout. So I'll give you a chance to remind you of some of the partners involved in SFU men's basketball. Of course, the SFU Spirit Shop has SFU branded clothing and merchandise, and as a proud supporter of SFU athletics, it's located at the Burnaby Mountain campus in the Maggie Benson Center. Pick up your SFU athletics swag today. VarsityLetters.ca with Howard Surmura, who's usually the play-by-play voice of SFU Clan athletics. He is the most trusted source for high school and university sports news in BC. Visit the website today for news, in-depth interviews, great stories, and much, much more. Howard Surmura, really the trusted source for your high school and university news in the Lower Mainlands. And Charter Bus Lines is the official motor coach of SFU athletics. They are proud to support SFU football and all Clan teams. Charter is dedicated to providing safe and comfortable transportation to your games throughout the Pacific Northwest. Visit them at charterbuslines.com. Here at the West Gym, 44-39 is your score. 13:46 to play in this game. Simon Fraser out in front looking for their first victory in the GNAC this season. Gray brings the ball up court, gives it to Cates. Back to Gray. One of their stars on the bench. They go to baseline to Brian Michaels. Foul on the play. So we're going to have the substitution for Simon Fraser. Spence will take a seat, and coming back into the game is Jordan Muir-Keong. Michaels is going to inbound to Gray, puts up a shot, being guarded by Provenzano. Rebound is Pankratz. He is also working on a double-double for Simon Fraser. Five-point cushion in a low-scoring game here. Pankratz into the paint, gives it back to Muir-Keong. Simon Fraser outscore. Oh, a beautiful pass to O'Brien. Baseline turn, spin, checked by Edwards. And he is stripped of the ball. And it goes out of bounds off O'Brien, the freshman. And it's going to be Concordia ball. So a turnover for Simon Fraser. Again, Simon Fraser is controlling the paint so far in this contest. Harris to the corner. Three-pointer is good by Cates. Cates now 1 of 2 on threes. O'Brien at the top to Provenzano. They go baseline to Isaiah Sherman Newsom. Back out to O'Brien. His three-pointer misses, but it's a long rebound, and he puts it inside to Isaiah Sherman Newsom, and he scores. So O'Brien, the freshman, a heady play there as he followed through on his rebound, and all young players, they're told to do that. Follow your shot. Simon Fraser with a 4-point lead as Gray into the paint, back outside. Harris. We've got an offensive foul on Brian Michaels underneath. He was working against Mike Provenzano, trying to get position underneath. And that's the 4th team foul on Concordia. So Provenzano doing a great job trying to stay with his man down low. And that was a matchup that Brian Michaels was looking to take advantage of. Pankratz drives into the paint, being guarded by Harris, puts up a high jumper, misses, and Edward comes down with it. 10 is Jarrett Gray, drives to his left, puts up a shot, blocked by Matthew O'Brien. But we have an official call there on the whistle. It's going to be a foul on Isaiah Sherman Newsom. And for Sherman Newsom, I think that's his first personal foul. We have a timeout on the floor as the SFU Athletics dance team comes onto the floor. We're going to take a break as well. Simon Fraser University leading Concordia 46-42. You're watching SFU men's basketball live on Clan TV.
One word to describe competing for SFU is tradition.
My word is success.
Determination.
Experience.
Inspiring.
One word to describe competing for SFU is excellence.
It is family.
Passion.
My word is pride.
Opportunity.
My word is patriotic.
I am Sophie Swan.
I am Adam Jones.
I am Peyton Smith.
I am Justin Guerin.
I am Victoria Saunders.
I am Braden Charlton.
I am Michaela Guerrero.
I am Graham Miller.
I am Christine Howlett.
I am Adrian Vanderhelm.
I am Michelle Waters, and we are proud to be on Canada's NCAA team.
We're back live from the West Gym. Just a reminder, today's game is being live streamed on YouTube, and you can watch it at SFU Athletics. athletics.sfu.ca/live. As the free throw shot by Jarrett Gray is good. He now has 6 points in this game. The game is also available on demand at athletics.sfu.ca/on-demand. The second free throw is short, and Lewin grabs the rebound. Simon Fraser leading by 3. They led by 1 at the half. If you're just joining us, 3 players in foul trouble as Provenzano tries the right-hander scoop. Provenzano has 3. Kadar Salam has 3 for Simon Fraser. And number 5, Cody Starr, has 3 for Concordia. He is not in this game. Pankratz drives baseline, tries to bounce pass it to Lewin, and that was kicked. So JJ Pankratz has 20 points and 8 rebounds in this game. His counterpart, number 22, Chris Edward, has 14 points and 12 rebounds for Concordia. They are the high scorers for each team. Sherman Newsom has 17 points and 3 rebounds. He is the only other SFU player in double figures. Nobody else has more than 3 points for Simon Fraser. The bulk of their points have come in the paint. Pankratz. Oh, a little roll by Lewin. He drives baseline, puts the ball down, and he didn't take it strong to the hoop. He went down to go up, and that ball was grabbed, and it's a jump ball, so a turnover for Simon Fraser. As we look at the replay, Lewin went to post up and then spins. Pankratz found him, and he brought the ball down, as you see it, and it was grabbed and a turnover. There's the shot, short, a 3-pointer by Brian Michaels misses, and he is 0 for 3 on 3-pointers. Concordia has hit 6 of 15 shots from beyond the arc. As we're closing in on 10 minutes, Isaiah Sherman Newsom, handoff to Muir Keong, back to Provenzano, trying to create something on offense. Sherman Newsom drives, right-hander misses. Rebound is grabbed by both Tyrell Lewin and Chris Edward. And called a jump ball. Simon Fraser gets the possession arrow this time. So they will retain possession. So Concordia is shooting 44% from the field, as is Simon Fraser. But Simon Fraser is out-rebounding the Cavaliers 27-22 as Pankratz drives into the paint, tried a little bounce pass to Tyrell Lewin. It went off Edward and into touch, and so Simon Fraser will continue. Pankratz, three-pointer. Misses, rebound, tipped by Lewin to Sherman Newsom. He tips it back, Pankratz crashing the boards, grabbed it, and he put back the shots. JJ Pankratz has been everything for Simon Fraser tonight. 24 is Harris. As the ball goes out of bounds, and the Cavaliers will retain possession. Jarrett Gray will inbound. 17 seconds on the shot clock, under 10 minutes now to go in this game. Drive by Michaels, and he was met by Tyrell Lewin, and he put the shot up, made it, and will get a three-point play opportunity. As we take a look at the replay, and there Michaels goes, and Lewin came over to help, and he got him all body on that. And Lewin now has 3 personal fouls. So Simon Fraser, Lewin, Kadar Salam, who is on the bench, and Othniel Spence, who is also on the bench, all with 3 fouls. The miss there by Brian Michaels is grabbed by Sherman Newsom. Muir Keong, handoff to Sherman Newsom. Simon Fraser on the outside, Provenzano looking to drive. Stripped of the ball as Muir Keong by Brian Michaels to Chase Cates. Drives, gives it back. Michaels misses, but coming with the follow-through is Chris Edward. And now we have a 1-point game, 48-47. Baseline pass is Provenzano to Pankratz, the miss, and Concordia comes down with it. Driving and all into the paint, and being checked there is Jared Gray. The foul is going to be called against Simon Fraser. Mike Provenzano, that is foul number 4 for Mike. I stand corrected, that is foul number 2 for Mike Provenzano. I will correct myself again. That is it is foul number 3 for Mike Provenzano. As Concordia takes the lead on those free throws by Jarrett Gray. He is a junior, a 6'3" junior from Beaverton, Oregon. He has given Concordia the 1-point lead here in the second half. Muir Keong looking for Pankratz or Sherman Newsom. 3-pointer miss, back inside to Sherman Newsom. He puts it up and he makes it. He gets a favorable bounce. He gets the leprechaun bounce there off the rim twice and in. I have a feeling this game is going to go back and forth for the final 10 minutes. Jared Gray, number 10 with the ball to Cates. Drives, guarded by Provenzano, spins, puts up a shot short, and it's grabbed by Simon Fraser as Kadar Salam gets ready to check back in. He is the Clan's leading scorer, and he has spent much of this game on the bench because of his 3 fouls. He has played just 21 minutes. Othniel Spence also has 3 points, and he's in the game. He has the ball. The Provenzano looks to shoot. No, drives. Handoff to Sherman Newsom. His little fadeaway jumper connects, and Simon Fraser now has a 52-49 lead. Jarrett Gray. Three-pointer by Brian Michaels is looked off, and he gives it to 24 Taylor Harris, who misses, and Simon Fraser again comes down with the rebound. So Sherman Newsom and Pankratz are both been the inside scorers for Simon Fraser. Pankratz goes baseline, misses, put up a right-hander, and back come Concordia and Brian Michaels against Sherman Newsom. Into the corner, Cates brings it into the elbow, misses. Rebound comes down into Spence's hands, but he loses it. And we have a timeout on the floor. The score, Simon Fraser out in front, 52-49, leading the Concordia Cavaliers. Both teams looking for their first GNAC victory of the season. We'll be back with live action right after this.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
For me, one word to describe competing for SFU is passion. Because to accomplish anything, you have to work for it. You need to love to work for it. My passion for basketball drives me to dedicate everything I have to it, day in and day out. I am Graham Miller, and I am proud to be on Canada's NCAA men's basketball team.
We are back with live action in the West Gym. Simon Fraser University at home to Concordia Cavaliers from Oregon. The Cavaliers with possession. Simon Fraser with 2 players scoring so far in double figures. JJ Pankratz with a double-double, 22 and 10. Isaiah Sherman Newsom with 21 points and 5 rebounds. Chris Edward, who just scored that dunk, has 18 points for Concordia and 16 rebounds. He is one of 2 players with double-figure scoring for the Cavaliers, as Provenzano's 3 is missed, and the rebound goes to Concordia. There's another 3-point attempt that is missed, and Pankratz grabs the rebound. Pankratz drives into the paint, being checked by Brian Michael. Spence now drives Euro step up with a left-hander off the glass and in. So Simon Fraser out in front, 54-51. Jarrett Gray, the junior, has the ball. Kadar Salam is guarding him. He has 3 fouls in this game and has played just 21 minutes. The miss is rebounded by Concordia, and the ball comes out to number 34, DeAndre Stallings. He drives in the paint and is charged with the offensive foul, and it will be a turnover for the Cavaliers. That was his second personal foul. The only player in foul trouble for Concordia is number 5, Cody Starr. He's one of the starters for Concordia. Pankratz in the paint. His shot is short because he was fouled by number 10, Jarrett Gray. So Pankratz with a double-double and a chance to add to that here now. Simon Fraser with a 3-point lead. The first free throw misses. The Clan shooting 42% from the field here in the game compared to 37% for Concordia. Simon Fraser with 12 offensive boards in this game. They have taken 11 more shots than Concordia. Spence guarding Starr. Trying to go to his right, Spence denied him. Pankratz is guarding Number 11, Brian Michaels, and he went baseline and scored. Provenzano being guarded by Starr. He goes right at him. Provenzano also with 3 fouls. Spence also with 3. To Pankratz, drives, hands off. Provenzano with a 3, misses, and again with the defensive board is Chris Edward. That's number 17 for him as the Cavaliers come back and miss, and Sherman Newsom grabs the rebound. So we're under 5 minutes to play in a 2-point game. Simon Fraser against Concordia. 3-pointer by Spence, nails it. And boy, did Simon Fraser need that. That gives him a 5-point cushion here with 4.5 minutes to go in this contest. Starr being guarded by Spence. He wants to go right, but Spence is forcing him left and into the corner. They find Edwards, drives into the paint, being guarded by Sherman Newsom, stripped of the ball by Spence. He dives on the ball. It's a jump ball opportunity. And guess what? The possession arrow is in favor for Simon Fraser, and Coach Steve Hansen called for the 30-second timeout while Spence was on the floor, and that is great coaching by the Clan, getting that timeout called in time. So 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Simon Fraser with a 5-point lead. The Clan, the big story is Pankratz with 22 points and Sherman Newsom with 21. The Clan have scored 36 points in the paint, and that has been the big story for them. They've also grabbed 12 offensive rebounds. From a coaching perspective, no other player for Simon Fraser has more than 3 points. It has been all Pankratz and Sherman Newsom in this game. They are a combined 19 of 33 in the contest. Simon Fraser shooting 42% in the game. They are 4 of 15 on threes. Concordia, they are 7 of 14 from the field and 6 of 16 on threes. Concordia is a 35% three-point shooting team. And as this score expands and gets larger, they may have to go to that. So Kadar Salam is usually Simon Fraser's high scorer, averaging 16 points a game. He's got 3 tonight. But Pankratz, who averages 15, and Sherman Newsom, who averages 12, have been carrying the Clan. So Starr is going to come after Provenzano. Again, we've seen he's given him some trouble in this game when he's guarded him. Provenzano drives, passes to Kadar Salam, finds Pankratz on the outside, back to Salam, looks at 3, no, drives into the paint, little turnaround, puts up a jumper short, and Edward grabs the board. He now has 18. There's the shot off the glass, is missed, and Spence comes down with it. So Brian Michaels misses that. He is 1 for 7 in this game. Pankratz drives, nope, hands it off to Salam, to Provenzano. Now it's Pankratz getting into paint, stops, fade away, misses. Sherman Newsom holding off Chris Edwards, grabs the rebound, puts it up, misses, and Starr comes down with the ball. And there's a great deflection by Othniel Spence. As his check, Jarrett Gray drove into the paint, passed off to the corner, and Spence was able to deflect it out of bounds. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Simon Fraser with a 5-point lead. Cates being guarded by Provenzano, now high to number 10, Jarrett Gray. Cates being guarded by Provenzano. He's forcing him left. They give it to Brian Michaels. He drives, kicks it back out to Cates. That's a 3-pointer, and he makes it. Boy, the Cavaliers needed that. 2-point lead now for Simon Fraser with under 3 minutes to go. Provenzano hands the ball off to Spence, to Pankratz. Along the outside for Simon Fraser. Now Provenzano back to Pancratz. He is the high scorer for Simon Fraser. He has carried them along with Sherman Newsom, who is baseline. Spence into the paint, puts up a shot, makes it. So Othniel Spence is coming to life here in the latter stages of the game. Now Pancratz outside is Starr being guarded by Spence. He's forcing him left. Edwards with a high screen. Now Sherman Newsom guarding Starr. A roll by Edwards, a pass to Starr, from Starr to Edwards. And it's whistled down as Salam went for the ball. And the foul is going to be called against Isaiah Sherman Newsom. That's good news for Simon Fraser because that's just his second. Salam has 3 fouls. Going to the free throw line will be Chris Edward. Chris, a 47% free throw shooter. Tonight he's been pretty good. He's 6 of 8 from the line. So we'll keep our eye on that with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go. His first was not pretty. It went front rim, but he got the roll and it went in. It was good enough. 3-point game. Simon Fraser with everybody on the line rebounding as Chris Edward makes his second. Starr is going to come after Provenzano. I imagine he's had, he's been in attack mode defensively on Provenzano all game. Spence. Now with 2 minutes to play, 17 on the shot clock. Kadar Salam drives paint. Gave up his dribble and gave it back outside to Pancratz with 10 seconds. Drives, puts it up against Brian Michaels and puts it over him and in. Simon Fraser with 4-point lead now, 1:45 to go. Spence guarding Starr. Edward against Sherman Newsom. There's the ball to Chris Edward in the paint. Goes up for it, stripped by Spence. Great hands there by Othniel Spence as he stripped the ball from the Cavaliers. Spence with 7 points in this game, and that time it was Kadar Salam with the bucket. The Clan is coming to life with players who need to be involved and need to score in this game, and that is going to help carry them. Simon Fraser now with a 6-point lead with a timeout on the floor. A 30-second timeout by the Cavaliers. 1:10 to play in the game, and we're going to stay with it. Let me tell you about the SFU Spirit Shop. Great partners of SFU Athletics. The Spirit Shop sponsored the SFU Tooks for Hoops contest on Thursday night. Simon Fraser lost that to Western Oregon in the opener. The Spirit Shop has SFU branded clothing and merchandise and is proud to support SFU Athletics. It's located at the Burnaby campus in the Maggie Benson Center. Pick up your SFU Athletics swag today. So here we go, back to live action. Simon Fraser out in front, 64-58. Concordia with the ball. Cody Starr, he's going to inbound to Cates, being guarded by Salam, and he's called on the hand check foul. That's his 4th. That was not what he wanted as he got up in the grill of Cates, and he was going to give tight man-to-man defense. Kadar Salam's a pretty good defender in the open court. That time, he got him on the arm. So that stops the clock, not ideal, and going to the line is Cates. His first trip to the free throw line. Cates is 70% free throw shooter. He makes the first. Simon Fraser will have everybody crashing the boards in case he misses the second. Pancratz and Sherman Newsom are the low defenders. There we go, Pancratz on the make and a 4-point lead. Kadar Salam to Provenzano as some pressure is coming from the Cavaliers. Now with a minute to play, Simon Fraser nursing a 4-point lead. Pancratz against Starr, now Salam. He looks at the clock, Simon Fraser is going to wind it down as much as they can. Provenzano hands off to Pankratz. He's looking, he's outside the 3, drives into the paint. A running layup, he kind of scooped it, an off-balance shot, misses, and Starr came down with it. Here come the Cavaliers. 36 seconds to go in the game. Cody Starr with the ball. Simon Fraser a 4-point lead. Number 10 is Jarrett Gray. Drives against Pankratz. Stripped, blocked, and Kadar Salam with a ball. What a play by J.J. Pankratz with 22 seconds in the game. Kadar Salam will go to the line as we take a look at the replay. There's the drive. Pankratz from behind, left-handed, got all ball, and the ball wound up in the hands of Kadar Salam, and a foul was called by Concordia. They had to foul. They're trailing by 4 with 22 seconds to go. Now Kadar Salam, not a great free throw shooter, 44%. So from Concordia's perspective, that's the guy you want to foul. He makes his first. He needs this one to make it a 6-point margin. There's the shot, and he does nothing but net. So a couple of big free throws for Kadar Salam as he takes a seat. And Simon Fraser now has Jordan Muir-Keong into the game in place of Kadar Salam. 18 seconds to go in the game. Cody Starr outside to Brian Michaels. Long 3, misses. Looping rebound is grabbed by Jordan Muir-Keong. Gives it to Isaiah Sherman-Newson to Provenzano for J.J. Pankratz with the dunk. And Simon Fraser is going to win this game. Their first of the GNAX season. Simon Fraser moves to 1-1 on the season with a 68-60 win over the Concordia Cavaliers. Simon Fraser, 1-1 on the season. Thank you very much. J.J. Pankratz with a big dunk to cap this game. Pankratz with 27 points in the contest and 11 rebounds. He was one of the stories in this game. The other was Isaiah Sherman-Newsom, the 2 seniors leading Simon Fraser. Sherman-Newsom with 21 points on 9 of 17 shooting. Wow, what a contest for Simon Fraser. They are now 5-3 on the season. A big home court victory for the Clan. Simon Fraser, there you have it. They got, late in that contest, some big buckets from some players they needed to score. Othniel Spence came up with a couple of big points, some big baskets. He had 7 in the contest. Kadar Salam had 2 big free throws near the end of the game, and Simon Fraser takes home the victory. So again, they moved to 5-3 on the season and 1-1 in the GNAC. So we'll wrap things up here from the West Gym. Simon Fraser University with a 68-60 win over the Concordia Cavaliers. That's it for here from the West Gym. I want to thank everybody for watching SFU men's basketball on Clan TV. Good night. So long until next time.